All right, guys, what's going on? Levi Trumbull reporting here. We have breaking news we need to get to as it relates to a case that we have previously brought to you before. That is Susan Maharaj versus Smith Ballooning LLC. We brought you that case originally a while back. This is the case that involves a woman who owns a piece of estate in Frederick County, and she was upset by the fact that there was a hot air balloon business, this hot air balloon company that was launching a hot air balloon near her property, and she was upset because of the noise. The allegation is that she was upset because of the noise of the hot air balloon was affecting her quality of life, and also that the hot air balloon was launching and or flying above her estate, above her residence, and that in doing so, this hot air balloon and the people on board this hot air balloon were invading her privacy. So she filed a lawsuit. We brought you all those allegations, and we will link to those videos below in the description. We have a whole playlist put together, as we do with most of our long-running news stories, news segments that we routinely cover. This is one of them. And we have breaking news as it relates to that situation. As you will know from previous reporting, that case went to its first day of a jury trial. The plaintiffs in that matter did not have an attorney because they consented to the withdrawal of their attorney about a week prior. So they showed up to day one jury trial without an attorney. They did a verbal motion to postpone the case that was denied on day one of jury trial by the judge in the case. And when the judge denied their motion to postpone the long-standing jury trial, they stated on the record that they wished to not proceed with the jury trial. So therefore, judgment was ruled against the plaintiffs, and the case was dismissed. The case right there on day one of jury trial was dismissed by the judge. Whole thing thrown out. A jury never even came into the room. And you will remember that we brought you the audio from that, and the plaintiff in that case, it was mostly Susan Maharaj and Dr. Erich Blatter. You could hear on that audio tape, they were audibly upset. You could hear that coming from them. They were not happy with the judge. They were very standoffish. They were very dissatisfied by the court's ruling. They essentially tried to give a stern lecturing, a stern reprimand. The plaintiffs were lecturing the court as to how it is they should rule.
So your options are to go forward with the jury trial, or your case will be dismissed. It's up to you.
Okay, this is Dr. Maharaj again. We most certainly cannot go forward with the jury trial. We reserve all our rights. We do not think that there is grounds to dismiss the case. The proper thing to do, we have a notice from the court saying that we get 15 days to have another attorney enter his or her appearance. So it's, I'm shocked, Your Honor. This is beyond an abuse of discretion. This is an abuse of power over two pro se litigants. What is going on in this courtroom right now?
And obviously that got them nowhere. The court decided against them. But nonetheless, today's breaking news is that Susan Maharaj, the plaintiff in this case, the plaintiffs, I should say, are now appealing that ruling to dismiss the case to the Appellate Court of Maryland. So that is today's breaking news. As you can see, as of February 6, 2024, that's when this document was filed. We see a notice of appeal, and we'll put that up on screen. It says plaintiffs Susan M. Maharaj and Erich Blatter respectfully notice in appeal in the above caption matter. And then it has their signatures here at the bottom. You will remember this is the appeal of the judge's ruling to dismiss the case because of the fact that they did not want to proceed pro se, meaning they did not want to proceed without an attorney. They did not want to represent themselves to a jury without having an attorney with them. And again, they didn't have that attorney with them because they voluntarily consented to the withdrawing of that attorney just a week prior. So they didn't want to move forward. They wanted to postpone. The judge did not let them do that. The judge then dismissed the case when they wouldn't proceed, and now they want to appeal the fact that the judge threw that case out. Finally, what I want to get into, guys, is if you will remember, if you heard that audio tape that we brought you where we did captions, again, all of that is linked in the description, but if you will remember when we brought you the audio from that proceeding, that day one jury trial, when the judge dismissed the case, you will remember that she instructed defendant's counsel that she would be entering final judgment in the case. We have a copy of that final judgment. We're going to put it up on screen, and we're also going to read it to you out loud. Again, this document right here, this is the what is being appealed. This judgment right here. Something has to be in writing for them to appeal it. And now this is the final judgment in that case that is being appealed. And I want to bring it to you because this is the backbone of what is being appealed in the Appellate Court of Maryland. So it says plaintiffs, this is the final judgment from the judge. It says plaintiffs Susan Maharaj and Erich Blatter and defendant Smith ballooning, tailwinds over Frederick, Patrick Smith, appeared before the court for the first day of a 5-day jury trial on January 8, 2024. Plaintiffs made an oral motion for continuance, which was denied. Plaintiffs informed the court that they would not engage in jury selection or put on a case, following which the Smith defendants moved for judgment. Wherefore, for the reasons stated on the record and otherwise, it is this 8th day of January 2024 by the Circuit Court for Frederick County, Maryland, hereby ordered that judgment is entered in favor of the Smith defendants and against plaintiffs on all counts of the Fourth Amended Complaint with prejudice, and it is further ordered that court costs are assessed as prepaid, and it is further ordered that this is intended as a final judgment. So, this is dismissed with prejudice. So that's where you have it right there, guys. Now, I tell you what, usually an appeal that would not be a particularly breaking news situation or something that I would feel necessary to bring to this audience. You know, a lot of times people do appeal their cases to higher courts if they're unhappy. That is the legal process. But in this case, and we told everyone, you know, we're fair. We like to get all sides of the story, represent all sides of the story. But it nevertheless is fair to say, it is reasonable to say that in this case, you have plaintiffs that, you know, this is a very long case, and I encourage, you know, if you're hopping into this situation for the first time, check out the previous videos we've done on this subject. But this is a case that is very much long-standing. It was filed years back, and it was just scorched earth type litigation, motion after motion. The amount of paperwork filed in this case is just as voluminous as any case as you have ever seen in your life. And what it appears to be, what it has demonstrated itself to be, to any reasonable person who has observed this case, is that you have plaintiffs in this matter who are extremely personally dissatisfied. It seems to me that they have a personal hunch against these defendants. But this is a case that these plaintiffs litigated and litigated and litigated and seemingly never really ever got anywhere of notability. They really did not. And they have continued to litigate this case with it seems like generally a weak set of facts, a set of facts that is not in their favor. It seems to me that they are trying to regulate federal airspace. I don't know how they make the claim or even establish the claim that they have any jurisdiction, the plaintiffs in this case have any jurisdiction over federally regulated airspace, how they have jurisdiction over other people's property that is not their own. It just seems like a weak complaint, a weak legal case, and have drug a set of defendants through a living legal nightmare. And that's why we cover it, is because defendants have rights. Defendants have rights. I'm going to say it again. When you are a defendant in a case, and especially a case like this, as weak as it is, and how it has just gone nowhere, seemingly, and how these defendants will continually have to defend this case that, again, there doesn't seem to be any real set of facts in the plaintiff's favor and any sort of avenue that the plaintiffs can find victory on. We have a real set of defendants in this matter who are taking a serious brunt, a serious pounding as it relates to this case, and have been sort of drugged through this legal nightmare year after year after year, when it seemingly presents itself, this case, as being nothing more than a way for these very scorned plaintiffs to retaliate against a set of individuals that they are unhappy with, right? So, again, why somebody would go through all this trouble to bring this case and get nowhere with it, and then continually appeal it and appeal it and appeal it and continuously chase the wind, or at least that's what it seems like to me, I couldn't tell you. The only thing that I could tell you is that it seems to me like you just have a scorned set of plaintiffs, and that is not what our judiciary should be for. So guys, we are going to continuously cover this dilemma, and the reason, like I said, we're going to is because you have real defendants, you know, on the other side of this spectrum who have to defend this thing and who have to continuously move forward this thing despite the fact that it seems that there are no real substantial claims here, and this plaintiff just continuously utilizes, you know, seemingly the wealth they have, the benefits they have, the, you know, sort of the position they have in life to be able to do what they're doing. They're using that position to continuously go after these defendants. And guys, in my book, that's never okay. So we're going to continuously follow it. The breaking news for today is that that case has been appealed. I would be shocked, and I mean shocked, if any appellate court would reverse that decision, because, you know, they could have put that case on that day. They chose not to, and I don't think that any appellate court is going to find that the judge on January 8th was unreasonable in dismissing that case. So with that, guys, again, this case has been appealed, and we will keep you abreast of the breaking news surrounding this matter if and when we get it, when relevant things come up. So with that, Levi Trumbull reporting in Frederick, and we'll catch you guys soon.